Hello, thank you very much for tuning in. It's Stuart here, classical record collector and professional seller. If you're interested in looking at which records I've got for sale, you can visit my website. The address is there, lpclassical.co.uk. I ship from the UK, try to keep shipping costs down, and of course I'm meticulous with checking condition before I send anything out. Okay, so I've got some records in. I mainly buy on eBay, and I'm very happy to buy on eBay actually, compared with when I used to go out and buy record collections back in the 90s. I think eBay is a wonderful source. You do have to spend a lot of time looking through, obviously, to find interesting items, but I'm prepared to do that, and I only try to buy interesting records. That sounds obvious, but so I mean, what do I find interesting? Well, I tend to specialize in soloists, so I'm interested in violinists and pianists in particular, and probably unusual repertoire. This is what you're probably going to see. Unusual labels, European labels. I quite like 80s digital LPs, so you'll often see me buying Decca, Philips, sometimes EMI 80s records. Anyway, without further ado, let's open some of these records and find out if they're as good as I hope they are going to be. Here we are. So first of all, there we are. That's actually quite a common type of packaging. These white pockets. And as I've said many times before, I buy so many records on eBay that I never really have to buy these when I'm shipping out to my own customers. I've usually got enough. So that's quite a nice benefit, because these things can be quite expensive. This one's very sticky on the tab there, which means that I've not been able to open it without a pair of scissors. So I've got my scissors here. Obviously you've got to be careful, because we don't want to destroy the record that's inside or scuff the cover or anything like that. Here we go. Let's just get it open. Great. Let's see what we've got. Right. Now that is what I call a stiffener. That is a 3-ply stiffener. Really, really handy. Here we go. Okay, I know what this is. This is what I've been hoping for and expecting. So I'll show you the jacket first. It's an Arion record, which I believe is French. I hope I'm right about that. I'm going to look stupid if it's not. Let me have a look. Yes, made in France. Arion, 1975, ARN 38269. And there we are. I really like this label. Lots of unusual repertoire. Jean-Marie Leclerc, obviously French composer from, I think, the classical era. Let's have a look. So we've got sonatas for 2 violins, opus 3. I was watching this for a couple of weeks, and I think I eventually made an offer on this, and I got it for about £12 including shipping, which frankly I was really happy with. So let's have a look, and let's just take the protective cover off and have a look inside. Yeah, so the performers are Claire Bernard and Annie Jodry, or Jodry. Who's the violinist? That's the question. Sorry, what am I saying? No, I forgot for a moment. It's It's a sonata for 2 violins. So obviously, I imagined for a moment that I bought a violin sonata for piano and violin. Yeah, so they're the 2 violinists. I'm going to have to make this again. I made a real mess of that. That's one of the problems with not scripting these videos, that I make mistakes, but I don't care. I don't mind looking stupid now and again. As long as I get good records and I build my collection and do well in records, I don't care if I look stupid now and again. So here we are. I quite like this. It's got a booklet inside, and it's been stuck. Now the question is, has that been stuck by the person who bought it? Or is it? No, it's not actually. That's really quite clever. This has been, it looks like it's kind of stapled in. So there's the booklet inside, and the only downside from my point of view is that none of it's in English. It's all in French, and I don't really speak good French. My French, no, I tell a lie. Right, we have got it in English as well. Formidable, just to prove I can speak some French. There are the soloists. Very nice indeed to see the soloists, two ladies, and it gives a history of them. One was born in 1935. Yeah, they were both born in 1935, so that's interesting. It tells you where they studied. The Premier Prix du Conservatoire de Rouen, oh, that's what she's won. Okay, she won that prize, and it says something about Henrik Sering there. She's won a Henrik Sering medal. So yeah, I like that. I like to see details about the soloists, what they've done when they studied. First prize, professional chamber music at the age of 17. Oh, here we are, in 1964, heading 35 candidates. She was first Grand Prix of the International George Enesco contest. Okay, brilliant. I really like this set. Lots of good information there, and we've got details about the works in English. Really good. 1975. Okay, I paid what, £12 for this, including shipping. I think that's an absolute bargain, frankly. So there we are. Let's have a look at the record. Let's have a look at the record. Here we are. There we are. There's the record. Opus 3, Jean-Marie Leclerc, 6 sonatas for 2 violins, stereo. Now I bought it in a bit of a hurry, and I didn't check that it was stereo, and then I paid for it. I thought, oh my god, what if it's mono? And I don't know whether Arion were producing monos in 1975, they probably weren't, but I went to the label and had a look, and no, it is stereo. I'm expecting on the soundstage to hear 2 violins next to each other. So there we are. Fantastic, really pleased with that, and the condition looks excellent. Let's just pop it on the turntable and have a quick listen, shall we? This is always interesting. Okay, now I'm actually going to let the stylus down carefully. There we go. Brilliant, really like that. That has surpassed my expectations. So I'm delighted with that record. I don't know whether there are any other YouTubers out there who actually get the records out and play them. Maybe I'm the only one. I hope I am. Okay, so let's go on to the next record. Here we are. This is the packaging. This is the least professional packaging that I've seen. So let's have a look. Let's get this open. So somebody's used Christmas wrapping paper, which is okay. I'm not bothered about that. All I care about is that the record is in good condition. So yeah, so I mean you can see how it's come. Yeah, it's somebody I think probably doesn't really sell records. This is just because I think this user, I looked through and it was the only record he was selling. So you know, he's just put some bits of cardboard inside. And that's okay, as long as it arrives in good condition. If that was coming from overseas it might be a problem, but yeah, so there we are. It's alright, as long as the condition's good. Here we are, so this is the record. Alvarez piano quartet, and it's Gabriel Fauré quartet number 1, and there's also a piece by Mahler there, quartet for piano, violin, viola and cello. So why did I buy this? Several reasons. First of all, the label looked interesting. It looks like another European label, Bellafon. Never had a record there, never had a Bellafon record before, and I think it's German. Let's have a look. It says printed in Germany. It's a gatefold. Quite nice actually. It's got pictures of the performers. There's a very good picture of the performers on the front, which I like. You can see them laughing, and you know, it's quite a lively front picture. And let's have a look at the record itself. Oh, here we are. He's actually not got the record in the sleeve, which is a bit strange, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Now, Let's have a look at the record. There's the label. Now the labels, again, for some strange reason, are not in sync. So you've got the Bellephon logo at 12 o'clock here, but here, if I switch it round, you can see that it's oriented the wrong way. I've seen this quite often recently. I don't know, maybe I'm just unlucky. I don't think that it detracts too much from the value of the record or the interest in it. I don't think it's a particularly valuable record. I just found it interesting, and because it's a European label, made in Germany. Let's have a quick listen to that. It looks a little bit dusty, so I think it's going to need a clean. Let's try it out. There we are. That's going to need a bit of a clean. I think it will be okay. Going to need a bit of a clean. It's not too bad, but I can tell you that for this I paid £1 plus £4.50 shipping, so I think that's not bad. I think it does need a bit of a clean though. Yeah, I can see quite a few scuffs on there, and very light hairline scratches, which I think it's going to be okay, but it's probably not a record that I'm going to sell because of the visual condition. But I'll be happy to keep that one. Right, so that's the Bellephon. We've got one more package to come. Here we are. There we go. Let's just get this open. This is a good. I like this packaging. That's a good box. I can use that. It's made by a company called Music Max. Yeah. So. Yeah, got plenty of good packaging. Oh, nice one. It's got a nice sort of flap there, which secures down with that tab. Very good. Stiffeners, and let's see what's inside. Right. Okay. This is very well. This is the sign of a professional seller. Very well packed. Everything is. There's a cellophane cover there protecting everything, and they've been taken out. Okay, let's see what this is then. All right, good. This is going to be worth showing. So first of all, we've got Perlman playing Mozart violin sonatas on a digital Deutsche Grammophon LP made in Germany. Yeah. This was actually a bit more money that I really wanted to pay. I think I paid about £8.50 for that, plus £5 shipping. But the seller sold me a second record for no shipping cost, so that wasn't no extra shipping cost. Let's have a look at the record, see what the condition's like. And this one actually looks flawless. This is more like it. This is what I like to see. Yep, absolutely superb condition. Holding up to the light, can't see any problems with it whatsoever. There's the record, made in Germany. Let's just have a quick listen and hope that it sounds as good as it looks, shall we? Here we go. Fabulous, excellent sound and beautiful playing by Perlman. Really happy with that record. No problem with that whatsoever. So let's see, we've got now this, which I was really pleased to get. Mozart violin concertos, and it's a gatefold. Here we are. I've never seen this before, and as soon as I saw that on eBay, I thought, I've got to have that. I have just got to have that. And I didn't think anybody would pay £20 for it, because the soloist Simon Standage, he's not a collectible artist. Although we've got Hogwood. That interested me, that Hogwood is the conductor, because I thought this is going to be like a period performance, and it's the Academy of Ancient Music on authentic instruments, and the violin concertos are all here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Simon Standage solo violin, and I think I got this set for about £12. I was really happy to pay that for it. I didn't have to pay the full 20 that I bid, but I wanted to make sure that I would get it, and I thought it would take a really strange kind of person to pay £20 for this, and if they want to beat me on £20 they can, but I didn't have to pay 20 to get this. I got it for about £12. So yeah, there's a gatefold. When was it recorded? Let's have a look. Recorded 1991 by the Decca Record Company. Oh, that's interesting. Does that mean that this appeared on Decca, I wonder? Musical Heritage Society, it says. I wonder if this is the original issue. That's going to be interesting to find out. So they actually name all the performers as well. Every single performer is listed on here. Obviously, with it being a Mozart orchestra, it's not going to be a large orchestra, which I like. I prefer for classical era, I prefer a smaller orchestra rather than a larger one, because they didn't use these big sort of 50 and 60 piece orchestras of the type that Karajan would use for recording a Mozart symphony. They used maybe 20 players. So here we've got, yeah, about a 20 piece orchestra. So that should sound really interesting. Of course, it's 2 records. Let's hope it's not a mixed set like I had last week with the Bach sonatas for harpsichord and violin. Yeah, I got a mixed set, black label and gold label. I was really annoyed about this. Not this time though. As you can see, they're both black label records. We're going to play one of these. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the condition. Looks okay. Looks fine. Yep. That is in really good condition, and the labels again are oriented. We've got that at 12 o'clock, and if we flip that around, we've got the logo there at 6 o'clock. So let's see if the other record is the same. Really curious. No, it's not. It's slightly different, but again, for some bizarre reason, well, I don't understand why they do that, but okay. So, Violin Concerto number 5. Let's just put that on, have a quick listen to the famous opening. Okay, that's going to need a clean, I can tell straight away. So I think that it should clean up okay. I've had 1 or 2 recently that I wasn't too happy with, and they didn't clean up okay, but I hope that will clean up okay, and I'll probably say something in the next video. But yeah, I'm more or less happy with all of those. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I've done a live stream earlier today on the resurgence of reel-to-reel tape recorders. So maybe you'd like to go and have a look at that and tell me what you think about reel-to-reel tape recorders. I'm glad that I'm glad I'm into LPs and not reel-to-reel, because reel-to-reel is really expensive, and you know, the reels themselves can cost like £80 for 1.5 hours of music. And I'm so glad that I'm buying these amazing records for like anything from, you know, between £1, £10, £15 maybe. And I'm not doing reel-to-reel, so I don't ever see myself getting into reel-to-reel. But maybe you'd like to go and have a look at that. What I've done, I did a live stream earlier. If you go to my content, you'll be able to find it. Anyway, about this unboxing, thank you very much for watching it, and I'll be back again very soon. Bye.